relaxing.
No, we should no get on to bed. We makers, come on up. We'll show you what we do. Come on. Yeah, we get the oils.
Yeah, and Mickers is a kissy fool.
Yeah, he's my kissing fool.
We love our poopers. That's for sure.
No, we really hate our dogs, and they're severely abused.
Yeah.
And tortured, and
as y'all can see, they're real abused and never fed.
You know, the best behaved dogs always get one beating a day. Yeah, isn't that right? You get one beating a day, like to the point where it's like inch of your life. Like, why is this happening?
They're spoiled rotten brats, is what they are. Yeah. Sometimes mommy goes to the grocery store and buys food first, and then what's left over for money, then we buy food for us humans.
Which, you know, that's the one thing I'm always an advocate of. How many times I've had pets where it's like, I eat or they eat, and it's it comes down to they eat. Like when I had the big fish tank, it was you know, a basket full of food and shrimps and chicken breasts and all this stuff, and 2 frozen pizzas and a couple 2 liters for me. And people were like, gee, you really like it? This ain't for me, it's for my fish tank. It's for my pond.
Tell them what kind of fish you used to have and what kind of little pond you used to have.
I used to, which you can check out on my channel, Christopher's Van Life or whatever it's called. It was an 1,100 gallon blue Intex pool, Intex, whatever, the Walmart pools. And I had 4 2.5 foot long, 2 of them were red-tail catfish, 2 of them were tiger shovel-nosed catfish, and then I had a bunch of smaller ones, which were, they started out as little babies in a 125 gallon tank, which is about like this, and within 6 months they were like this, so then they got moved out to the big tank. I miss my fish tank a lot. That's one thing I wish I could do in here, is some sort of modification to have a big pond, or maybe that's what I'll convert the trailer to, a pond trailer.
Put a pond in the trailer.
Yeah. But that was one of my favorite things I love to do, was go swimming in my fish tank. You know, in the big pond, which was pretty awesome to go fishing. I don't know if the fish liked it or not, but I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those videos are on my channel, so those are old. But yeah, if you wanted to check those out,
it was really cool.
I'll help my mom put a link in the description
There
below.
we go. And, we used to sit out, and they were inside our garage, and so we'd sit out there every night and just watch the fish, feed the fish.
Awesome.
We'd feed them hot dogs.
Yep,
there was one that was, we named them all after vacuums.
Yep, I had Hoover, Dyson, Kirby, Shark, and whatever other type of Rainbow, and all sorts of different vacuum names, because it was Hoover, the big red-tail catfish. He really liked my mom, but whenever we'd come in there, literally he was about 2.5 feet long, and whenever we come in there, he would come swimming over to us. We'd be able to hand feed him, and he would just suck it in, and then it was cool he would let us pet him and pet his stomach. And my favorite thing about him was when they were swimming around, because if you Google tiger shovel-nosed catfish and Google red-tail catfish, there were Amazon river cats. They were from some tropical place, but when they're swimming around, especially the tiger shovel-nose, they look like giant sharks, and that's what I loved. It was like having my own shark pool, but without the worry of death or being eaten by my fish. So it was pretty cool. I miss my fish a lot, because there's nothing more relaxing, and especially with the filter system that I had on that, sitting out there and listening to the just filter going in the water and everything. It was just very relaxing. It's like your own tropical paradise.
Mm-hmm. It was cool.
In Minnesota.
Yeah, we had a bunch of heaters out there to keep it warm in the winter.
Oh, God.
Which was a challenge in Minnesota when it gets to 20 below.
But surprisingly, even when it was like 20 below, 40 below, with the pool, with the aquarium heaters in there just alone, before I use the propane heaters, it would be about 40 degrees in the garage. So it actually kept the garage semi-warm. But the pool was actually always 78, 80 degrees. So, I mean, the fish were happy, but Minnesota wasn't.
Yeah. The fish didn't know it was 20 below outside.
Yeah, they never knew.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they were great. I cried when they went by, but they got bought by
this Asian guy down in the cities. He actually had a heated garage he was going to put them in. So I gave him, it was more or less when I got rid of him, because when we were moving to the trailer house, because it didn't have a shed, I was selling the fish with a free 300-gallon stock tank. So that way then nobody would just get a free stock tank and don't do whatever with the fish. Throw them out along the side of the road or something.
Yeah.
Or go throw them out in the river or wherever. So it was the guy came all the way up here. He worked at Walmart, so you know he had access to all the same foods I did, and but he had a nice heated garage, and he absolutely loved the fish. He was more interested in getting the fish than he was the stock tank. He's like, oh cool, you know, the stock tank. He had like a bunch of large aquariums in his house already, so these guys were just a really cool bonus for him because he loved catfish. So, and not to eat, because it was funny, I was asking him, he's like, oh, no, don't worry, I'm not going to eat them. I was like, oh, that wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was asking him because a lot of Asians are really into catfish, and I was going to ask him, is it like a religious thing or something, but I was like, didn't know how to ask him, and he's like, oh, no, I'm not going to eat them. I was like, no, I was wondering if it was like a religious thing, like why you guys like, you know, if it's like a peaceful tranquility thing, why you guys like catfish so much, but... He's like, oh, no, I just like catfish. It was friggin' hilarious.
They were really cool. They were really cool. And Hoovy liked me better than Chris. He would always come up to me, and then he snubbed Chris a couple times. It was kind of hilarious.
Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did. He was a snub. He liked his mama. So, but anyway, we were just petting Mick here, and I thought I'd turn on the camera. Bright. And so anyway, we're just having a little dinner in Chris's van here tonight because it's cool. And both of us have our heaters on. We have his turned off right now because it got too warm in here. But anyway, all right. Love y'all. See you in the next video.
Beating the dog.
Yeah, see this? Yeah, he's beating the dog. Yeah. Call the
Humane
Humane
Society.
Society.
Australian Shepherds is that Australian Shepherds, you can't beat them or spank them as a punishment because they like it.
They like it. Yep. All right. See you
Make sure
guys
to
later.
comment in the description below, or comment below, hit that thumbs up, like button, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Something my mom forgets to say a lot.
I know. Thank you. And he'll help me post a link to his channel. Bye.